Now you ask me about the joy of giving. Indians do not give, but actually that is not true. You look at India's history. If you go to Himalayas, Kashi, or any of our pilgrimage places, you see a lot of sadhu sannyasis or Kumbh Mela, lot of sadhu sannyasis who do not have any address, as insurance, nothing. And this is going on hundreds of years, thousands of years. There is a sadhu who goes to Kashi, he goes to Rishikesh, he goes to Haridwar, or Gangotri for that matter. I've seen people come there and they don't have anything. And how these people, thousands of people have survived over a year, over thousands, hundreds of years. We have philanthropy, and that may be in a different name, like saying that it is dharma or do this one, you get punya. But our ancestors have always talked about philanthropy in different ways. But when you are subjugated to poverty, and over last 1000 years you have been ruled by somebody else, that time survival was such a great difficult thing for a common man, and it was hard for him to give extra philanthropy to anybody other than giving food. There's only one community where the food is not given to a beggar, that is in Sikh community. They say, if you are a Sikh, go to Gurudwara, get your food, but work and make your lunch and dinner. Please remember, in our country, philanthropy was called in a different way, like Annadana, Vidyadana, and feeding to sannyasis was a great thing. It was a different kind of philanthropy, and we did not have much money. Western countries have philanthropy much earlier than us because they're wealthier countries compared to us. So, and their families were small, their family relations were very fragile, whereas we have strong family relation. Bua's daughter, Atya's daughter, Mama's daughter. If some in the whole, the clan, there are many people. If you are well off, you have to help many people. But now I can see a new trend of giving away, particularly money may not be like Annadana, Vidyadana, but they give money. Vidyadana means olden days, I don't know, it is true in, I think it was true even in Maharashtra. I come from a small village in a taluka place, and we were about 10, 11 grandchildren in the family. But there used to be 20 children used to eat in our house, because children coming from village, to the taluka place to have their education, they used to get a place like, we used to call Vara. That means they will come and have lunch in somebody's house and go. I think Mujumdarji may understand, Vidya may not understand. This custom might have been in Sangli, Miraz, that area, which is very near to Karnataka border area. That poor students who are coming from village to attend a high school, they can't bring midday meal, etc. There is no midday meal. They'll go to somebody's house and have meal and come. So in our house, there used to be 7 children per day. Like that, they used to come and eat and complete their education. Today, that system has disappeared because every village has a college now. Forget about high school. Every village has a high school and a college, and number of children are also less. The parents don't send them to another house for lunch or dinner, so they eat in their own house and attend the school. So, our Upanishads have always talked about dana, and it is essential part of our culture. And it says, in the Taitra Upanishad, when a student leaves the teacher's home after staying 14 years, and when he wants to go back, his teacher calls him, like how Rama went to Gurukula. It was a Gurukula system. The teacher used to call and tell them, look, now you're grown up. You are going away. But I want to give you 33 commandments to you. And please follow. These are my parting words to you. After that, I'm no longer your teacher. You are no longer my student. You are an independent person. Please remember these 33 stanzas, and that is the part of Kathopanishad. The first one is, it says, in life you should always respect your mother, that is Matrudevo Bhava. Then comes respect your father, Pitrudevo Bhava. Third in the line is Acharya Devo Bhava, the person who has taught you. The person who has taught you is Acharya, respect a teacher. And teacher has a ownership on the student. When in Gurukula, if he does anything wrong, he used to correct, unlike today where you can't correct much. Then it goes on telling, and then it says, one of them it says, you should always do dana, danam priya vak sahitam. That means your wealth, after you draw a line, is enough for you. You must give away. and give with a nice word. Danam priyavaksayitum. Shraddha danam. You should believe in giving. And if you don't have belief, don't give. Ashraddha na danam. It goes on talking about the importance of dana. Before that, there is a conversation between Lord of Death, that is Yamadharma, and Nachiketa, a young and curious boy. He says, "Oh, Lord of Death or Yamadharma, why people struggle so much, make so much money? And is there any reason? What is that secret of earning money? And what do you think the relationship between money and a human being?" That Kathopanishad again explains. It says, money is very, very essential in life. It is one of the major resources and incentive in life to do well. Money is also respected, but excess money is not good. What is excess is your Lakshmana Rekha. For someone, 1 crore is excess. For someone, 100 crore is excess. For someone, 1,000 crore is not excess. So the Lakshmana Rekha, invisible line of excess, you should draw. It is not somebody, I will draw for somebody. No, every human being should draw a line. Enough is enough. And once you draw that line, and if you keep excess money, time immemorial, it has shown in kingdom, in a society, in a country, it has shown again and again, if you have excess money, it will lead you to destruction. Not you, your children or your grandchildren. Your progeny will be destroyed. And Yamadharma says, when you have excess, then Nachiketa asks, what you will do when you have excess money? Then Yamadharma says, number one, it can be used for bhoga. That means you stay, you enjoy, but it will destroy your health and your mental happiness. Because more you have bhoga, like nahusha, or the more you eat, the more you enjoy, your body becomes weak, your mind becomes weak, and it's like eating salt. You have to pay for it at the end. Then second one is dana. You should go on giving to the deserving people. You should give dana. That makes your life more stable, more understanding, and more peaceful. And it gives you a tremendous satisfaction than bhoga. But if you don't do either of them, you have excess money, neither you do bhoga nor you do dana, what happens? It will kill your future. That's the reason you can see many rich many rich families, their children are vagabond, they don't study well, they get into bad habits. Why it happens? Because it's time immemorial, it has been proven that excess money makes a person get into bad habits. Lakshmi says, I will stay as long as you have good values. The moment the value system changes, the respect for money changes. She has a sister by the name Alakshmi. She says, I will go, but Alakshmi will stay, who opens up to jua, who opens up to luxury, who opens up to bad habits, who opens up to bribery, who opens up to decay ultimately. It has been time tested that hoarding the money over a long duration is never good to a family. And that's the reason the only solution or the antidote for this poison is dana. And when you do dana, you feel a tremendous satisfaction. I always felt, not by anybody's talk, but my own life, I have felt it. When you give away, you get a kind of satisfaction. And I always tell God, I have served your children the best way I can think of. And that has made me extremely calm. And I hardly get upset. And and that has made me to understand that's all is life. In life, you have to work hard, you have to make good money, legally, ethically, right? You have to spend it on the right cause, and remaining money should go for dana, because that is ultimately, in a society, you should balance it. Look at the Western country like France, where people be extreme, like Pakistan also, where you have extremely rich people in 1995 families, and remaining people are poor. It happened in Paris, in France, that it was money was with only few families, that particularly the king, and there was a result of that was the French Revolution. Please remember when Mary Antoinette said, "If you don't have bread to eat, eat cake," because she was away from the reality. If your society has to be normal, progressive, and it has to be even, then giving away is the only solution. Maharashtra is very famous for that because you have great leaders like Mahatma Jyotiba Phule or Savitri Bai Phule, Agarkar, Savarkar, Karve. You name a person in last generation, they were great heroes and heroines who did new things, who were socially very active and showed you they are not there today. We remember Maharshi Karve, we remember Ranade, we remember Gokhale, we remember Jyotiba Phule. Name one person in Maharashtra of that generation who were not great. There are many, many Bharat Ratnas were born. Unfortunately, there was no Bharat Ratna award in that time. Please remember, our ancestors have led a life of legacy because the joy of giving is never ending. If you buy, I'll tell you a very funny thing in life. If you buy one sari, then you feel like buying another because the fashion goes on changing. You build one villa, then you feel one villa should be in Deccan Jamkhana, one should be in Aoud. If you have gold, you say, let me have 1 kg, let me have 2 kg, I have two children. Then you say, let me have another 4 kg for my grandchildren. The greed never ends. The greed never ends. Whereas greed never ends in one more case. The more you do dana, you feel like giving more and more. But that gives you satisfaction. Whereas if you spend money on yourself, it never gives you satisfaction. It gives you a kind of atrupti, a kind of thirst, which leads to do it more and more. And when you do annadana, that time you are saturated. When you eat 10 chapati, you can't eat 11th one. So whenever there is a graha pravesha, whenever there's any occasion, our ancestors always said, you should have lunch or annadana because there is no greed in that. Even though you are very greedy, after some time you stop. There is a meaning why our people talked about all these things. Please remember, giving away is one of the finest things in life. And that has given me enormous joy than hoarding. Actually, hoarding has made me, actually, I don't hoard anything because hoarding has never given me a joy. Whereas giveaway, and you see the young sapling becoming tree, the youngsters becoming professionals, the people who were once upon a time poor have become middle income people or rich people. What a joy you have. And when you give away, you should remember there are few things along with that. Number one, you should not have any expectations in life. Oh, I helped him when he was extremely poor. Now he is the CEO of the company. He should come and touch my feet. Please do not expect that because most people do not do that. Many people whom I have helped do not want to recognize me because they feel below their dignity. They got scholarship from Infosys Foundation or personally from me and reach this position. They consider it is not nice to have that kind of a donation they have received. So they behave as if they do not know me, but that is okay. Because once I give away, Krishnarpanamastu, I don't turn back. I won't even remember whom I have given. Only that in case some people will come and tell, ma'am, you helped me to get me education. Today I'm here and there. Some people do, but most people don't do. And you should accept it. You should accept it. That means you should give away with a detachment. You should give with a good intention, but with a detachment that this fellow will not even come and acknowledge you. People who have taken loan, education loan, they don't return. You should accept it that they don't return. Still, you want to give. I always felt, so what? I know I come from a small town, village, then town. There's a place known as Badami, and there are fantastic trees on either side of the road from railway station to the village. And as a young girl, my grandfather was a school teacher who used to walk from railway station to the temple. It may be about a kilometer or maybe 2 kilometers, I won't remember. There used to be nice mango trees and neem trees. I used to tell my grandfather, who must have planted this? He said, it's not who has planted this. Who is enjoying this? I said, I'm enjoying because there are mango trees and neem trees. He said, when you plant, beta, you should plant so that when they grow, you may or may not be there. Somebody will enjoy. Human life is like that. You should plant, you should give away something that some people get benefit and come out of the line of poverty. Not that they should be my relatives or they should come and give me something. No. If you have that, don't do that, because it gives you great dissatisfaction and sorrow. So when you want to give it to the right person, that is one who really deserves it. You give it to the right person with an intention that he or she may not even remember you. You want to give because you feel nice. You give for that. Not because I get an award or somebody will recognize. I will have a shawl or srifala. Nothing of that sort. You feel, if you give, you feel happy. And that's the reason I always do namaskara to all those people who have received from me. They gave me an opportunity to give, to give, so that I will get, they made me happy. I'm grateful to them because they gave me the joy when I gave away. I gave rather than they praise me. No, I don't have. So, and look at the human life. Actually, I saw my mother and mother-in-law dying in front of me. I was just thinking at that time, any amount of money, any amount of connection I have, any amount of knowledge one possesses, still they died in front of me. I could not do anything. That's all is life. If that's all is life, then why do we worry about children, grandchildren, great grandchildren? Why? When the life journey is so simple, you earn money, look after your, because even Dharma Shastra says, Kane's Dharma Shastra says, you should always give away taking the consent of the family. That is important. That's the reason even in marriage, the mantra says, Arthecha, Dharmecha, Kamecha, Nati Charami, that I will not overrule you. The husband promised his wife, I will not overrule you when it is we have to give money, because the consent of the family is important. You should not make our family people as beggars and then give away. No, you have to look after your family, then only you should give. But how much is left to your Lakshmana Rekha? So there is always a joy. Uh, there is always so much satisfaction at the end of your life, particularly at my age. When I look back, I say, I served my God with my own way of helping his children. And this comes from a very well-known shloka from Vishnu Purana. It says, Lord Vishnu requires a few flowers. It is not the jasmine, it is not the mogra jui, it is not the gulab. Ahimsa, ahimsa prathamam pushpam, pushpam indriya nigraham, sarvabhuta daya pushpam, kshama pushpam visheshata, dhyana pushpam, dana pushpam, yoga pushpam tathaivacha, satyam ashtavidham pushpam, Vishnu prasidam kare. He says you can do, ahimsa is one pushpa, indriya nigraha is another pushpa, sarvabhuta daya, loving everyone is one pushpa, yoga is one pushpa, dana is another pushpa. So in my life, probably I have given two pushpas to God. One is Sarvabhuta Daya Pushpa, that love everyone, even though they may not like me, but I like them. Second one is Dana Pushpa. Of late, I feel that flower I have given to the God, and it is not the real puja or the mantrakshata or it is the abhisheka, nothing. It is the puja which flowers which Lord Vishnu wanted. I have tried to give, and I think I'm really blessed because I have so much satisfaction. There are absolutely no regrets because what I could do, I have done that one. And I say my bucket list is vacant because it is satisfied. Not because of my achievements, it is because I have given away to people who really deserve at the real time.